getting high school. Talk a little bit about Wakulla High School and Black as I Can Get. This is that the song that got you kicked out? Because I heard a little story about protests and like social activism came real early for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Especially for you. So talk a little bit about that and how that motivated you, you know, for your future self and to see how activism works on a grassroots level with your own experience.
Yeah. So that experience was many, many years before I met him. But so I since like 5th, 4th grade, I had been, trying to please my brother and fighting other crews and stuff like that around battles and all this shit. But I was trying to be like Big Daddy Kane. My thing was I wanted to have the best, sharpest lyrics. I wasn't necessarily talking about nothing because I hadn't had much life experience, right? So, I think close to 9th grade, this teacher, and I remember her name was Miss Green, and she had a nappy, low afro. And she was like, other than people like in my family, like in professional situations, like you don't see nobody with no fro like that. So she seemed like a strong energy to me even before I knew it. And long story short, one day she came up to me in the hallway and she was like, "You always be rapping. You always be, every time I see you rapping. But what do you be talking about?" And I was like, "Whoa, you know what I mean? Like you don't know nothing about the culture, all this in my mind." And she was like, she said this year, she said, "You don't even know what's going on in your culture." She was like, "This is the first year ever in history that you guys are going to have a Black History Assembly, and you don't even know." And I was like, damn. I was like, what is Black history? Like, what do that mean? Right? So she was like, I tell you what, if you could put some words together, rapping but talking about your history and your culture, I'll let you perform at the assembly. And she gave me some books as like references or things I could talk about, whatever. Long story short, I could not put that shit down. And I mean, it was the first time I ever heard of Malcolm X, the first time I ever heard of the Black Panther Party. It was just little like pages worth of summary, but it was just hitting me in a chakra that I didn't even know I had. You feel me? And I was, you know what I mean? So it was like over this weekend, I had some instrumentals. I had like a Chill Rob G instrumental. I had some other instrumentals, and I remember writing what I was feeling, and it ended up becoming this song, Black as I Could Get. Went to school for the assembly, performed the shit, and the principal, he was like the Trump of our school, right? Wade Noble was his name, and long story short, I'm in the middle of my performance. He gets up on the stage, turn my mic off, interrupt the whole shit, and was like, "We're not gonna have that." You know what I mean? Just disrespected me, disrespected the assembly and everything. And they was already tight because it was a Black history thing, and then the fact that I had done got fired up off what I was learning, and then we putting it in hip hop for the first time ever in my county ever. So all of that was just too much for them white boys. They was, and so when he cut the mic off, he was basically trying to say, "I'm in charge," and fuck that, But the students on that day, and I remember my dude Tut, he stood up in the crowd with his hands up, and he was like, "What you want to do, cuz?" I remember, and this was like, it was like feeling freedom for the first time in a small, in a school way, because it was like we weren't listening to what the authority was saying, and then the rest of the whole auditorium was like, "Fuck that," and then it just got wild. Like everybody started just not listening, moving around in the seats, and then next thing you know, everything got pushed out. They canceled the assembly, and then everybody broke out in the hallways. Glasses, windows got broke. A couple white boys got choked up, and it was kind of a melee for a while. But I, again, I didn't expect none of that, and I had never experienced none of that. So long story short, I went to my art class. It was one of the few classes I actually liked. And my homeboy Johnny Jackson came running in our classroom and he said, "Yo, dog, your mama here." And I was like, "My mom?" And my teacher was like, "Yo, you can't barge in my class." I was like, "Forget that." I ran straight to the front, and when I got outside, it was the fucking news cameras, Nation of Islam, churches. It was all kind of folks there. And when I walked out and looked at my mom, you know what I mean? They started clapping, and the news was on, and they was like, "There he is. That's who said the rap." So I kind of got just thrown into that situation, and then adopted by all those organizations because they felt like they was gonna try to railroad me and all that. And you know what I mean? So long story short, I got kicked out of that school. Ended up going to another school, but I got adopted by different mentors in the community, which continued to shape what I felt like my duty was with doing music, you know?
Wow.